Machiavelli and the subconscious mind. Somewhere inside your head, there's a dark room. No one sees it, but everything begins there. Your decisions, your fears, even your dreams aren't truly yours. You think you're in control of your life. But the truth is, someone has been controlling you for years without you realizing it. Your subconscious mind has been programmed to follow one path: obedience to fear, repetition. But there's a code, an ancient, dangerous, shocking code, written by a man named Niccolò Machiavelli 500 years ago. He understood the game and exposed the secret. Today I'll reveal it to you. But beware. What you're about to hear may destroy the version of yourself you've been living with forever. Open your eyes wide. This may change your life or shatter everything you believe in. We live in a world not ruled by laws, but by hidden mental controls. Not luck. Success, not just hard work. There's a secret code. Whoever understands it controls everything. This code was written centuries ago by a man who wasn't a prophet or a leader, but the devil dressed as a wise man, Machiavelli. This video isn't for the weak. I won't talk about the law of attraction or think and grow rich. We'll dive into the deepest part of you, where your subconscious lives, where all your decisions are made without awareness. You'll see how you're being manipulated and learn how to flip the script and become the one in control. You're about to decode the most dangerous psychological and economic code in history. If you apply it, you may become the master of your life and perhaps the master of others' minds. Ready? Buckle your awareness. We're about to explode everything you thought was impossible. How authority programs you without you knowing. Open your eyes. Everything you do now, literally everything, is not your choice. Your way of thinking, your decisions, your reactions, even your ambitions, were planted in your subconscious years ago. And the shock? You didn't plant them. Authority did. Do you know what the subconscious mind really is? It's not a mysterious black box. It's the true operator of your life, the center of repetition. It's ambition, and even the decisions you think you made consciously. Machiavelli wasn't just a philosopher. He penetrated the deepest layers of the human mind and discovered something terrifying. People don't need truth. They need a sense of safety, even if it's fake. This is where the subconscious becomes powerful. Authority doesn't just control you by force. It programs you until you ask for your own chains and defend them. Let me ask you a simple question. Why do you wake up every day to go to a job you hate? Why are you afraid to leave everything and start over? Why do you always feel less than you should, or that it's too late? The answer? You've been programmed to stay in the zone of control. Since childhood, words, emotions, and reactions were planted in your subconscious. Don't do that. Shame. Possible. You're not good enough. These were hidden programs, all designed to keep you controllable. In The Prince, Machiavelli laid out rules for controlling people, not just for rulers, but for anyone with power. One of his most important rules: if authority wants to survive, it must convince you that you're free. Freedom is an illusion. You think you're in control, but you're walking a path set for you years ago, not because someone forced you, but because you believed it was the only choice. This is the most dangerous kind of control, making you choose what they want, thinking it was your idea. You act today based on old emotions. Every situation you face, every choice you make is based on past experiences stored in your subconscious in a file called How to Survive. Who helped create this file? Your parents? School? Media? Religion? Even the economic system? All contributed to shaping your reactions in a way that serves societal stability, not your personal growth. And every time you try to break out of this path, you feel fear, doubt, anxiety. You think you're saying something new, but really, you're just stepping out of your mental prison. Practical exercise. Take a paper and write this question in the center. Is this what I want, or was I programmed to want it? Choose an area of your life, your job, passion, relationships, religion, beliefs, ambitions. Write your answers underneath. Then review each one and ask, where did this come from, inside me or from outside? You'll be shocked. This simple exercise is the first step to breaking the Machiavellian control that governs you unconsciously. True awareness begins when you question what you consider obvious. You're not living freely, you're living by programming. The subconscious is stronger than your conscious will. Real power isn't in controlling, it's in making you choose what they want without you knowing. Machiavelli understood this 500 years ago, and systems still use it today. Part 2, the law of fear, how it controls you and how to break it. Now we go deeper to the most dangerous psychological weapon used against you daily, fear. Look around you, every ad, every breaking news story, every system, every authority figure, they all play one string, fear. Fear is the secret currency used to sell your freedom every day. And the disaster? You're the one buying it, with your money, your time, your life. Fear isn't your enemy, it's a weapon used against you. It's not a normal emotion, it's the subconscious engine designed to protect you. Any danger signal, even imaginary, makes you retreat, stay silent, obey. Machiavelli said, "It is better to be feared than loved." Why? Because love changes, but fear is constant. The ruler or system that scares you secures your loyalty, even if you hate it. How fear is planted in you. 1. Fear of punishment. 2. Fear of rejection. Fear of poverty. 4. Fear of the unknown. Every decision you make today reflects an old fear. Even your desire for safety is the result of constant planting. And the worst part? You think it's normal. You're not afraid because the world is dangerous. The world is dangerous because you're afraid. How to free yourself from the law of fear. Step 1. Expose the fear. Step face it consciously. Machiavelli didn't write just for princes. He wrote for anyone seeking power. People fear what they don't understand. So the more you expose fear, the less power it has over you. Practical exercise. Write down the top 3 things you fear right now. What would happen if you did them, despite the fear? Is the fear real or imaginary? Ask yourself, if fear didn't exist, what would I do now? This question alone reveals the size of the chains you've placed on yourself. Transforming fear into power. Fear is massive energy. Either it's used against you, or you use it for your benefit. Great success always comes from calculated risk, not safety. Even in business, those who succeed are the ones who understand this equation. People are afraid, so I'll be bold. That's where charisma lies. When you break the law of fear inside you, no one can control you anymore. Fear is the first tool of authority. It lives in the subconscious and paralyzes your decisions without awareness. Machiavelli exposed this 500 years ago, and it's still used today. When you recognize your fears and face them, you take the first step toward mastering yourself. Part 3. Collapse before rebirth. Why real change only comes after crisis. Real change doesn't happen in comfort. It happens in collapse. When your beliefs fall apart, your subconscious finally speaks. Why don't you change despite all the motivation courses and books? Because your conscious mind receives, but your subconscious resists. The subconscious hates change. It sees it as a threat to survival. Any new idea is familiar territory. Even if it could save you, your subconscious will resist it. That's why change only begins when the subconscious experiences a shock. Betrayal, loss, bankruptcy, psychological breakdown, discovering deep deception, or even a panic attack. That's when a crack forms in the mental prison. That crack allows light to enter. For the first time, Machiavelli taught rulers a strange principle. If you want to rebuild the state, let it fall first. This is the principle of the motivational collapse. All systems, governmental, social, or mental, don't change until they collapse. The same thing happens inside you. You won't build a new version of yourself until the current one collapses. Deep reprogramming exercise. 1. What was the worst moment of your life? 2. What lesson did that pain reveal? 3. What mask fell off during that moment? 4. What changed in you afterward? Then ask, would I have changed without that breakdown? You'll be shocked by the answer. The fear of